EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Carolina Panthers. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll run here with a rookie. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Johnson checks it down. Krosky Merritt. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
On 1st down, it's Krosky Merritt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10. Off the bootleg. Johnson will swing this out to Krosky Merritt. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Johnson from the gun on 3rd down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. DJ Wanham got off his spot quickly and got to the quarterback. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And a good result there, as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Looking to put a drive together. They run here with Rico Dowdle. Nice little juke. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And they just get the play off. Now Young. Well, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They run here with Dowdle. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. Now here's Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Brought down by DJ Wadham.
Has a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Johnson. He hits more on the screen. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they go with Krosky Barrett. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Jake Moody now on for the field goal. This a 31-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Young off the play fake. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They go play action. Young. There's Evans again, complete. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. In motion, the tight end. Off the play fake, Young. They'll find McMillan here. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Young. Now he'll take this and run. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
On 4th down, Carolina going to send out Sam Martin to punt. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. The drive begins with a carry by Krosky-Merritt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
2nd and 11. On the RP, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tershawn Wharton in there to drop him for a loss on the play. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Johnson on 3, football's out. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. A running play, it's Dowdle. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
They run again with Dowdle. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. On the run, it's Dowdle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Oh, Young loses it. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Now Johnson, following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
They go play action here on first down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
Another Washington Commanders.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Johnson. Short throw here to the tight end Bates. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Johnson. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 18. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Up the middle, Krosky Merritt. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Johnson off the play fake. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Johnson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Derek Brown with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Jake Moody now on for the field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. From the shotgun, it's Young. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. On the return after a punt of 39. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
A run inside, Krosky Merritt. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Johnson now. Off play action. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Nick Scorton in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game. Well, just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Johnson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how starved they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. That is caught. McMillan with it. He's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it, partner. There's no intent here because Von Miller, former NFL Man of the Year award winner, he likes to play the game the right way. But in this case, makes a mistake and gets in just a little bit too late, and that draws the penalty.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Room here to run. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Young to throw it. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
2nd and 11. Young to throw it. Short throw pulled in by Trimble. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
The coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Young now. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Here's Young from the shotgun. And they're going to get it. They bring it down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. A big loss there of about 7 yards on first and goal, so now it's second down.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Young with it, third and goal. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a fourth down.
On fourth down on is Ryan Fitzgerald for the Carolina field goal.
This a 33-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3.
So now after the field goal, Fitzgerald back out there to send this one away.
Ooh, with a juke.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Washington offense heading out as we eke closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
They need 2. Here's third down.
Back to throw. Johnson.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I think that was a pretty good read right there. They caught him in zone defense and went to the hitch. And because they're in zone, that creates a natural space between the defenders and the receiver, able to get it to him quickly and let him get upfield.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Back to throw again. He'll try and do this himself. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Johnson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. Johnson. Now he's going to step up and run. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Second and long. That's caught. Krosky Merritt with it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down. Johnson. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
Jake Moody now on for the field goal. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And his kick is indeed good. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. 1 second, all that remains. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. Well, now how about this return? And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Young. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Young will set to throw. He sets to fire deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get inside of Washington's 15 before being taken down. A big play there for Carolina. 47 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Young. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here is Young. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Jalen Coker, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. A beautiful fake. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just letting you know, heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How they're going to go out doing it. A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's complete to Traylon Burks.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Here's Johnson off the bootleg. His throw incomplete.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
And right side, they're going to go option here. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Called a gain of 3 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
A 46-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they take the lead here by 2, 12-10.
So a response there to the touchdown of the opening drive of this third quarter as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Panthers now set to take over offensively.
And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Where's the guys up front? Maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and a yard.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
61 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, That's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now here's Young. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing, Young.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Javon Kinlaw able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking him.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20.
Washington ready to try again on offense.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Now Johnson from the gun on 3rd down.
He'll swing this out to Krosky-Merritt.
And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw, Young. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Looking to put a drive together.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw off play action. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Third quarter of a 2-point game, a good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A gain there of 21 yards.
And a Washington first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Final minute now of the third quarter.
On the give, Krosky Merritt.
And he's going to be hemmed in and blocked down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter from Charlotte.
Looking to throw. Johnson.
Setting up the screen. Krosky Merritt.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Off the play fake. Johnson. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
That is incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Here's Tressway now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Looking to put a drive together. Young. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Xavier Legette. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Not even a play?
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll drop the throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Oh, that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Here's Krosky-Merritt to start the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 75 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Short throw here to tight end Bates. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away, trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Young to throw it. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the 1st.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Young now.
Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To the air once more, Young.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Young to throw it. He's going to air one out. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Young.
Short throw hauled in by Trimble.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It'll be Young again.
All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Looking to throw, Young. Trying to lay one up deep.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Here's Sam Martin now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Johnson. That's caught. Left side, it's Burks.
A gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And it's 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 33. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Carolina getting set to take the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Young.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Young. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you've got to make that throw, right? That's got to be complete.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
The Washington offense set to take over again. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
They'll run once more with JCM.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Johnson.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Boy, somehow, someone lost that running back downfield. He had acres of space, but this ball, overthrown. And that's one you've got to be able to hit on.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. Now Young.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Mitchell Evans, incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw.
That's taken in. It's Xavier Liggett.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's completion right there.
And he will find his man on the outside. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
29-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
So now after the field goal, Fitzgerald back out there to send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now Washington down by 1. A minute 50 to play. Now their lead is evaporated, but they still have a shot on 1st down.
He's back to throw.
Pass complete, Samuel.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively, they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Short throw here, the tight end Bates.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
At the 46-yard line.
Here comes second down at 5. Back to throw. Gets it to Burks. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Into the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. He'll look to throw. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Washington.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Second and 6 coming up. Operating from the gun, Johnson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as he'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. So it all comes down to the right foot of Jake Moody. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
Jake Moody.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's second down. One last shot for Young. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.